Hi, my name is Anders Tokinen, and today we're going to be looking at a couple of different pricing options for fishing packs. So as you know, fly fishing can be a very expensive sport, but it doesn't have to be. And today we have a lower end Maxcatch over-the-shoulder sling pack, as well as a Patagonia version of an identical style. Now this pack goes for around $40 off of Amazon, while this one will run you upwards of $80 to $90 off the Patagonia website. So the Maxcatch is my bag. I picked it up a few months ago off of Amazon, like I said, and I've taken it on a few trips so far. Now the Patagonia is my buddy's, and I've been with him and talked with him about it and what his thoughts are about the pack. So to jump in, the gist of it is time is a true test of quality. But as for right now, what I would say is this Maxcatch will save you money and do the job just fine. But let's take a look at each one of them separately. Alright, so let's look at the Maxcatch first. We got 4 different outside pockets, and they're all quite roomy. I just use this for day trips, and I'll throw, candy bars, granola bars, some of my smaller gear, both my fly boxes, forceps, and then there's plenty of D-loops and connecting spots for these various tools that you need on the river. So right now I'm wearing the Maxcatch. As you can see, it's fairly low profile, and what I've noticed personally is it's very lightweight and it's a comfortable pack. Now it's obviously something you could hike in with and wear it all day long, and you're not going to really notice it too much. You can't carry a whole lot, but that's comes with the territory of a over-the-shoulder pack. And now, one other thing I've noticed is that when you're actually casting, it stays in its place, and that's really important for having a natural cast and whatnot. You don't want your pack moving around on you, and as you'll see with the Patagonia, that can be an issue. Now, there's a few downsides to this pack, and first and foremost is that it's not waterproof. There's no waterproof pockets whatsoever on this, and when you're fly fishing, you're spending the majority of your time in the river. Now, personally, that hasn't really been a problem for me, and I'll tell you why. Is when you're fishing, the river water rarely comes above your waist, and this, you can see the pack usually sits right about here, and that's well above the water. So you don't really have to worry about getting your stuff wet. And if it's really an issue, you can put your valuables in a plastic bag and store them right in the bag, and you'll be perfectly fine. The other slight issue is that the only option is that it fits only over the shoulder and it won't transition into a hip pack, and that's something that the Patagonia offers that this Maxcatch does not. Now we'll take a look at the Patagonia pack, and as I stated earlier, it's essentially the same model, obviously from a different company, and there's a few different bells and whistles that this one has. So it generally has all the features of that Maxcatch bag, and with a few extras. What I liked about this bag is that if, say, you're on the river and it's time to switch a fly or something, well, all you have to do is unclip this, and it transitions into a hip pack very nicely, where you can easily access all your equipment. Say you want to pull out new flies and whatnot, it's all right there at your hip, and that's huge for trying on flies and whatnot when you're on the river. Now, the other feature that this bag has that the Maxcatch does not is this waterproof bag. And like I said earlier, it's not hugely important to me personally, but it would be nice to be able to put your valuables right in here and have them accessible at all times. And that being said, the few times I've worn it, I have noticed it to be a very comfortable bag, and it looks nice too. But there are a few downsides to this bag, and one being as you're casting, it likes to slide down on the shoulder, and that can be a problem. I've noticed myself adjusting, every 20 minutes or so, depending on how I'm fishing. So now we're going to take a up-close look at both of these bags. And as we do so, what you're going to see is essentially they're the same bag. Most of the features, they're even in the same spot. You got the same pockets, same style bag, everything, with some slight variations. But this one costs $40 more. And when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, do you want to pay an extra $40 for a waterproof pouch and a little versatility? Or do you want to save some money and go with this fairly durable up to this point bag that offers many of the same features as the Patagonia? Now personally, I would say go with a Maxcatch. So if I was to give both of these bags a rating out of 5 stars, honestly I would give them both probably 4 or 5. I say that because they are good all-around packs, both of them, with a few minor drawbacks. But that being said, they're essentially the same bag, and why would you pay $40 extra for all the same features and maybe 1 or 2 extras? I just don't think it's worth it. So that's all I got for you today. I hope I've been able to steer you in the right direction, and all I can say now is have a good time and tight lines.